Hello. Welcome to the Pink Unicorns, Peacocks, Pearls, and Prosperity podcast, the show that ignites your inner brilliance and empowers you to embrace your authentic power. Each episode of this podcast is designed to uplift and energize you. We will share stories, experiences, and proven strategies to help you overcome procrastination, combat feelings of inadequacy, and manage overwhelming responsibilities. We'll journey together towards understanding our worth, celebrating our imperfections, understanding more about the unique things that just make us women, and things related to achieving our dreams. In this podcast, we fearlessly explore the dance between perfectionism and self-love, unravel the mysteries of productivity and procrastination, and ignite the flame of self-awareness and prosperity in every aspect of our life. So get ready to do it scared as we shatter limiting beliefs and amplify our authentic voices. The path to peaceful, passionate, and purposeful life and prosperous life isn't easy, but you're not alone on this journey. You have made a friend and a guide, someone who's been there and made it through. And you have this incredible community of listeners walking the same path, facing the same struggles, and celebrating the same victories. Remember, transformation begins with a single step, and you've taken that step today by tuning into this podcast. So buckle up, because we're about to embark on a remarkable journey towards the best version of ourselves. In each episode, we'll explore topics like managing stress, building self-confidence, breaking free from perfectionism, and many more things. And I promise you, each episode will leave you feeling more empowered, inspired, and ready to conquer the world. With the power of our mantra, Amplify You, I guide you to embrace your unique brilliance, unapologetically shine your light, and cultivate a deep love for yourself and your journey. It's your time to unfurl your vibrant peacock feathers, embrace the grace of a unicorn, and adorn yourself with the pearls of wisdom that will manifest your desires and dreams. So whatever you're seeking to break free from, whether it's the chains of perfectionism, boosting your productivity, or simply infusing your life with more self-love, self-awareness, and abundance, the Pink Unicorns, Peacocks, Pearls, and Prosperity podcast is your sacred sanctuary for growth, inspiration, and transformation. So, are you ready to step into your divine power and create a life filled with prosperity? Well, tune in to each enchanting episode, and together we will unleash our extraordinary potential. So get comfortable, grab your cup of tea, coffee, or a little glass of wine, your journal, and your favorite set of headphones, and let's set off on this incredible journey together. Welcome to the Pink Unicorns, Peacocks, Pearls, and Prosperity podcast. Now, in case you didn't know, I'm your host, life and success coach for the advancement of women, Shirley Brooks, and I'm thrilled to have you here. Before we begin, I want to remind you to look out for the magical moments that will enhance our empowering journey today. The pink moment, which is usually a high vibe quote from a thought leader to inspire you. A unicorn moment, which is a mindset shifting affirmation or visualization to embrace your untapped possibilities. And a peacock moment, that is a moment for reflection. It's usually a question on authenticity, self-worth, or self-love, or related to whatever the topic is for that day to support your transformation. There's also the pearl moment, which is your opportunity to share your pearl of wisdom or ask a follow-up question to contribute to our community. And then finally, there's always a prosperity moment, which is an abundance attracting nugget to expand your authentic power. All right, let's get into today's episode. We're diving deeper into the exciting, empowering, and game-changing concept of cycle syncing. We're going to talk about getting more ish done with less stress, using cycle syncing for optimal efficiency and well-being. Now, before we dive into today's full podcast, I want to get right started with our unicorn moment. So go ahead and close your eyes and take a few deep breaths in and out. Take a moment to visualize yourself confidently embracing the untapped possibilities within you. See yourself stepping into your unique strengths and talents, harnessing your authentic power to create positive change for yourself and for others. Believe in your potential and let this visualization empower you to take bold action and make your dreams a reality. Another deep breath in and out. Another deep breath in and out. And as you open your eyes, write a short intention for yourself to solidify that visualization. Okay. And with you, I combine my energy and I declare whatever your intention was, it is so. Okay. All right. Let's get into today. So what is cycle syncing anyway? Cycle syncing is a concept that involves aligning your lifestyle, activities, and behaviors with the different phases of our menstrual cycle. The practice is based on the understanding that hormonal fluctuations during the menstrual cycle have significant impacts on our energy levels, mood, cognitive function, and overall well-being. How many of us kind of knew that before I said it? But this just makes it clear. The menstrual cycle consists of 4 main phases: your menstrual, follicular, ovulatory, and luteal, as we talked about in the podcast last time. Each is characterized by specific hormonal shifts and physiological changes. Cycle syncing involves recognizing the unique characteristics, strengths, and vulnerabilities associated with each phase and adjusting your activities, your diet, your exercise, social engagements, and even work tasks accordingly. The goal of cycle syncing is to harness the strengths of each phase and mitigate any challenges, ultimately leading to improved health, well-being, productivity, and empowerment. It's all about working with your body's natural rhythms, not against them, to optimize your potential and nurture your well-being. Today, we're going to get more clear on what vulnerabilities can come with this and how to embrace and manage them in everyday life. In the hustle of everyday life, we often disconnect from our body's natural rhythms, and society has kind of helped with that, right? However, harnessing the power of our menstrual cycle and syncing our lives to it can be transformative. It's not about weaknesses or limitations. It's about understanding our distinct strengths and vulnerabilities at different times of the month. So if you remember in the last podcast, we talked about each phase as it's known kind of in textbook terms. But today we're going to talk about each phase just like the seasons to help you absorb it a little bit better. Each phase, the inner winter, I'm saying inner like inside, inner winter, inner spring, inner summer, and inner autumn corresponds to unique emotional, physical, sexual, and energetic states. It's like a beautiful, intricate dance of our hormones, choreographed by nature, if you want to look at it that way. And if you do want to look at it that way, that brings us to our pink moment. Today is a quote to help us embrace the beautiful changes our bodies make with each phase and to fully align ourselves with it in flow, like the movements of a wonderful dance. The only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance. That is a quote by Alan Watts. Now let's dive into these vulnerabilities, which I want to remind you are not weaknesses. They are aspects of us that make us beautifully human and distinctively feminine. Let's start with the inner winter. The inner winter is the menstrual phase and is often experienced as a time of withdrawal and introspection. This is when we face challenges such as decreased concentration, a tendency towards solitude, and lowered physical energy. It might feel as if we've hit a wall or are moving through a thick fog. And listen, ladies, that is perfectly okay. It's our body's natural response signaling to us it is time to slow down, to rest, and to rejuvenate. The beautiful paradox of the inner winter is that while our outward productivity might dip, our inner world is rich and potent. This phase is characterized by heightened intuition, introspection, and emotional sensitivity, making it a perfect time to focus on tasks that tap into these assets. What are those tasks, right? Strategic planning, brainstorming, problem solving, or any activity that requires a deeper level of insight and is ideally suited for, like I already said, tapping into your intuition. It might also be the perfect time to engage with enriching content such as books, podcasts, like what you're listening to right now, and other thought-provoking resources. Embrace your inner winter by planning quieter, more introspective activities. Opt for cozy evenings at home, engaging in self-care routines, and if possible, reduce your social engagements. This is also a great time to practice mindful solitude, allowing yourself space and time to simply be and reflect. Very similar to what you would do in the winter, right? While the inner winter can be seen as a time of vulnerability, reframing it as a time of potent insight and personal growth can actually empower us. By aligning our activities with our menstrual cycle, we can transform these perceived vulnerabilities into unique strengths, setting a strong foundation for the other cycles to come. So what's that next cycle? The inner spring, or the follicular phase, is a season of renewal and rebirth. As our energy and enthusiasm start to rise after the introspective inner winter, it's a time of initiating, creating, and seeking outside engagement. We are often more receptive to new ideas and more eager to start new projects or set ambitious goals at this time. However, during this phase, we might also face the vulnerability of overextending ourselves in an effort to please others. It's common to feel a heightened desire for validation and approval from those around us, which can lead us to take on more than we can handle or make commitments that don't serve our long-term goals or personal well-being. But recognizing this, we can take proactive steps to manage these vulnerabilities. Practicing assertiveness and prioritizing our needs becomes paramount. It's not about shutting others out or about ensuring that, I just am like no to everything and all the things. It's more so about ensuring that our actions align with our personal goals and overall well-being. We need to embrace the art of saying no, but it's saying no to unnecessary commitments and cultivating the ability to set healthy boundaries. Remember, whenever we say no to someone else, we are saying yes to ourselves. And on the flip side, whenever we say yes to someone else, we're saying no to ourselves. Remember, the goal isn't to eliminate our vulnerabilities, but to understand and manage them effectively. By doing so, we can harness the energy and creativity of the inner spring to bring our ideas to life, while also ensuring that we prioritize our self-care and personal needs. So embrace this particular season as one of growth and creation, but do so in a way that also honors and nurtures yourself. So the next phase, the inner summer, our ovulatory phase, is a time when we are biologically wired to shine and share. It's the high tide of our hormonal cycle, marked by a peak in energy, heightened cognitive function, and increased sociability. This is when we often find ourselves most driven to complete challenging tasks, immerse ourselves in social engagements, and put our ideas and initiatives to action. It can be the most productive and outward-facing time in our cycle. But the sun of our inner summer also casts some shadows. In this period of high performance, we might also feel pushed to our limits. leading to burnout if we're not careful. The same energy that fuels our productivity also pushes us to be everything to everyone, and we can find ourselves overcommitting, which can lead to stress and exhaustion. So while it's a great time to seize the day, it's also important to remain mindful and remember that this energetic surge won't last forever. And it's crucial to pace ourselves, to avoid overscheduling, and to try to delegate when we can. Prioritize tasks that really, really matter and that align with your long-term goals. Inner summer is an opportunity to be active and outgoing, but it should also be a time of balance. By acknowledging the contrast of this phase, we can better manage our energy, our expectations, and time, ultimately making our inner summer both a productive and sustainable part of our cycle. So finally, the inner autumn, or the luteal phase, this is the stage where we start preparing for a new cycle. There's a shift in energy as we transition from the high tide of ovulation to a more reflective and introspective period. This phase invites us to tie up loose ends, finalize projects, and evaluate our progress. It's an excellent time to review and reassess, making any necessary adjustments and setting the stage for the next cycle. However, the inner autumn can also bring its own challenges. We may feel the urge to make snap decisions or close off matters prematurely as the desire for closure intensifies. And the inner critic may be louder during this phase, and self-doubt can creep in, affecting our confidence and decision-making. We might also find ourselves holding back our true feelings, causing misunderstandings or conflicts in personal and professional relationships. So it's essential to be conscious of these tendencies and strive for open, honest communication, especially when dealing with crucial matters. Despite these vulnerabilities, the inner autumn is a valuable time for self-reflection and growth. It encourages us to slow down, practice self-care, and prepare for the restorative phase of our inner winter. By recognizing and managing these vulnerabilities, we can use them as tools for personal growth and self-improvement. Remember, it's natural to feel different in this phase. Instead of acting impulsively, take some time to sit with your decisions. Practice patience and give yourself the space to contemplate and reassess. This way, you'll navigate this phase with more grace, making decisions that are more in alignment with your long-term goals and your true self. That was a lot, right? Understanding all the different phases of our cycle, but from a seasonal perspective. I feel like this was a little bit more in-depth and a little bit more helpful than the first podcast I did on the topic. So hopefully it is. How was that for you? Do you know a little bit more or feel a little bit better now about your cycle? Do you know where you are right now based on what we talked about? Or based on how you feel, do you know if you are in your inner winter, spring, summer, or fall? Do you feel more empowered now? I know I did. As I dig more into this, it really helps me understand me a lot better. And it honestly helps me understand the other women around me as well. So listen, recognizing and respecting these vulnerabilities that we talked about today actually empowers us to work in harmony with our bodies. It allows us to embrace our cycles, use them to optimize our productivity, and leverage them in our everyday life, turning them into assets rather than liabilities as society would want us to do. Cycle syncing is about understanding, appreciating, and integrating the dance of hormones into our lives and making space for the ebb and flow and turning it into a source of empowerment. Doesn't that feel better? Doesn't that sound better than the scary we think about, oh my God, here comes my cycle, or oh my gosh, I feel this way and I feel like I can't control it. I feel like knowing these things actually gives us a greater sense of control, as in we have a little bit of predictability. Once you kind of get more in tune with your body, you have a little bit more predictability there about how you can manage things in life. And it's no longer something that we're ashamed of or afraid of. That's how I feel about it anyway. All right. As we reach the end of our time together, I want to share a peacock moment with you. So grab your journal. You got it? All right. Let's reflect on this question. And feel free to pause after you hear the question to give yourself some time to reflect. How can I honor my authenticity, embrace my self-worth, and practice self-love throughout my menstrual cycle? Recognize the unique qualities and strengths that emerge during each phase, and consider how you can infuse them into your daily life, relationships, and self-care practices. All right, pause here, dig into each phase or each season, and then turn us right back on. All right. So I know I shared a lot today, and now it's your turn. For the pearl moment, share your own pearl of wisdom, or ask a follow-up question to contribute to our community, or even a suggestion for another podcast topic you want me to dig into. I value your insights, and I'm so excited to hear from your experiences. Leave a comment or send me a message to yoursuccesswithshirley@gmail.com and give me your name and city. And take this as your chance to share your thoughts or in some way engage and join in the conversation. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey of discovery and empowerment. I definitely want you to remember that it's good to accept yourself and express yourself and amplify your unique brilliance, and to know that your cycle is not a curse. It is a gift that empowers you to navigate authentically and beautifully. Now, before you go, I have a prosperity moment for you. I encourage you to open yourself up to the abundance of possibilities that come from embracing your authentic power. Believe in your unique abilities and trust that by aligning with your natural rhythm, you attract prosperity and success into your life. Now, ladies, if this conversation about feminine empowerment has sparked your interest, head to the link bit.ly, so bit.ly, bit.ly/Shirley L.A. Brooks, and join my Facebook community, the Busy Woman's Best Friend Sanctuary. You'll find a supportive community of like-minded women who are empowering themselves in all aspects of life. Together, we uplift, inspire, and share valuable insights on navigating the unique challenges and joys of womanhood. In the Busy Woman's Best Friend Sanctuary, we discuss practical tips from things like what we talked about today, cycle syncing, to self-care practices, to productivity hacks, personal growth strategies tailored to the demands of busy modern life, and more. It's a safe space where you can ask questions, share your experiences, and connect with other women who understand the transformative power of embracing you, your unique value. Join us in this empowering community. Just follow the link bit.ly/Shirley L.A. Brooks and just scroll down to join the Busy Woman's Best Friend Sanctuary. Today, be a part of the movement towards feminine empowerment and self-discovery. I'm excited to see you there. Okay, beautiful souls. Shanti. Keep shining and make your lives be filled with an abundance of joy, love, inner peace, harmony, balance, and prosperity in your mind, body, and spirit. Until next time, embrace your flow and let your authentic brilliance shine. Talk to you again soon. Thank you. Bye.